Hi there, everyone. Welcome. I just want to jump on for the general channel and talk a little bit about astrology here for the week. Usually I jump into something like this in the member section of the channel, but I felt really guided to jump on in the general channel. And so, yeah, let's just do it because we got a lot here that's coming up. And, I think it is helpful to know ahead of time because these energies are building up and in a serious way. And there is going to be a lot of really intense energy. So, yes, welcome everyone here who is in the live. This is, live without comments, but I'm looking at the likes. I'm looking at the number of people in the room. Thank you guys for joining here. Thank you for tuning into you. And you can be however sun sign, however moon sign, however rising sign to, vibe with this reading, to join and watch and etc. Let's just jump into it. Now, first of all, I want to say this. There's going to be a lot of really triggering energy. Okay. And this is already something that is building with Pluto in retrograde. Pluto, any planet that goes retrograde, it's like a test to that energy. It's like a really big freaking test to that energy for everyone. Okay. It's like, how are we handling that frequency? Is it in its highest light or is it something that is like disempowering us? I'm hearing that as well, like our relationships with that energy. When planets go retrograde, it's interesting because it is like to be intensified. So it's not like, oh, retrograde, it doesn't matter, it's falling behind. Like, no, actually it's actually like the student who got called out of class like by the teacher and is now being asked to like present like everything and back it up and prove how much they really want this. I'm hearing that as well. Oh my, I'm not sure. Well, this is all, again, we're being tested when it comes to also how that energy is seamlessly integrated in how we are manifesting in the present day. So it's like, is it in alignment with what our soul, our mind, our body want, like in an orchestrated space? Or, is there a power play here, especially when we're talking about Pluto? It's really a question of, what's our relationship to power? And if you're feeling frustrated around this time, like there might be something that you feel, I'm hearing this for a number of you, like you feel like you need to manifest and be it that question of power and how it's playing off in your day to day. But yeah, so I want to talk though about like all the different the frequencies that are at play here because it's everything together, right? And just as when we look at someone's birth chart, we don't just look at one isolated, well, I mean, I don't, look at one isolated placement and say, oh my, like, and I strongly dislike looking at the birth chart and sort of like drawing up a conclusion and even just like in a generalized way saying, oh, sun sign this, sun sign that, moon sign this, moon sign that, like everything, it's a song. Every little, I'm hearing timbre, I'm hearing counts, like everything affects everything. So, it's like, yeah, and from house placements to degrees to, intricate sort of ways in which also we are channeling that energy, and that's always your conscious will. So it's like, I get this question all the time. Like people are like, so do I have a good birth chart? It's like, honestly, like, it is what you make it. It's not anything. It's not that you have anything and it's like, you can be born with, let's say, grand trines in your birth chart. Those are gifts, let's say, passed on from past lifetimes, but of really hard work. But it's like you still choose, okay, whether or not, just because someone gifts you a Ferrari doesn't mean that you are like gonna drive it immediately when it is gifted to you. It's like you gotta make the decision to key the ignition and drive that thing, so, and this applies for anything. Yeah, even the placements that are very challenging and difficult where people are like, oh my god, that placement, it's like, if you're working with that energy in an empowered way, then what is it really? So we are creators here, and we can remaster that space as well. So that's what we're doing here. We're leveling up. So yeah, but there are definitely patterns of energy that are not necessarily helpful, and so this is a wonderful time to question, specifically Pluto, and we're going to talk about Gemini as well, specifically Mercury. Right now, I would say the two main players, Venus with the Sun and Taurus, getting really close to the tail end degrees, but it's really Gemini and it's Scorpio. I'm just seeing it like this as well. I'm feeling these energies strongly, and again, I'm channeling here. I'm seeing 44 likes there. Yeah, 4 minutes and 44 seconds as well. it's like, this is something that as a collective we are being asked to do. I'm hearing that as well. This is ascension time, so we got to get serious. It's not like, well, I would love to, like, dream of this and dream of that. It's like, am I actually ready to manifest this lifestyle that I dream of? And where am I stepping up to the plate? And where am I sort of shying away and holding the candle to the mirror and wondering what happened? I don't know what that's alluding to. I'm hearing also between us. Oh my. So somebody has to get really brave here, possibly as well. And, Pluto does ask of us to step into that space of wanting to get to the deepest sort of layers and rungs, of even ourselves, right? When we think about Pluto, it is, 8th house, you ruling others as assets, hence the potential, space for manipulation and control. But depending on how you're, again, channeling that energy, it doesn't mean that, oh my God, somebody who has a lot of Scorpio is, for certain going to be manipulative. No, because again, always depends. It could be a shamanistic energy. That's depends again how you channel it. So, however, it's interesting because I see it as actually like, once Scorpio has evolved to the stage of saying, well, I see so far outside of that, I see within so deeply, and I see it within myself, where we start to introspect and work with the shadow side with ourselves. I see that as the empowered Pluto energy. So, and it's funny because in the Scorpio reading, for retrograde, Pluto retrograde, this exact concept came through. And I am faithful because it was really lovely, the end of that reading, actually. It was really lovely because I could feel that something was being almost broken out of, and be it even like a construct in the mind, a space in the subconscious, be it your relationship to shadow energy. I'm hearing that as well. And how it is that we care for this aspect of our life. Like, how do we live with an empowered shadow? Wow, very interesting. So and that can be in so many ways, like if somebody annoys us in our day-to-day life, like, do we just kind of say, well, do we put an X on that, or where do we move more deeply into that experience? And that is really, really on the deeper layers and levels of Pluto. That's where we're being asked to go. we're not it's not about getting triggered and no, that's not really what it's about. But Pluto can take it there too, given that Scorpio is co-ruled by Mars, the ruler of Aries, which is all about war. So do we want to take that? I don't think we want to take it there. When it comes as well back to you, because that's draining, right? That's the irony of Pluto, is that it can actually be draining. Now, I think the phone's going to die. Give me a quick second here. Okay, give me a quick second. Literally, like the battery. The battery can actually drain. And if you think about yourself as a battery, right? It's like you're a device. It's like you don't want, the idea is, it is true. The phone died. It died like right when I plugged it in. So, it's interesting because, well, sometimes it has to maybe get to that point where we're literally just talking about like how we don't want necessarily, but who is to say that there's a collective want or desire. It always comes down to how ultimately you identify with your journey here. Okay, mind, body, soul, spiritually, emotionally, physically, what is it that you truly, you want to manifest, okay? Nobody can tell you what that is necessarily, but I personally, okay, if you let's say you're one with the notion of ascension here, okay, and you want to ascend and help others ascend, I don't really think that feeling drained, okay, helps that. So if that's the case, if you feel like, I don't want to feel drained, okay, then, you might really want to become more aware of the shadow aspects of your interactions with your higher self. I'm hearing that as well, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's all how you see it. It's all how you also say that it is something of importance. Wow. So it's like you tell yourself what is important. What and if something drains you, you give it that ability to do so, right? It's like you kind of that's why it's like, are we really like the victim of our reality? It's like it's how we may perceive it. So for a number of you though, like this is a really important moment to maybe get to know your weakest link. And I'm not saying that in like a, looking down at anyone kind of way. We're all here. They're all experiencing this in some shape or form. I got a hell of a lot of Pluto in my chart. I have a hell of a lot of Scorpio in my chart. A lot of Mars as well. A lot of Aries. I understand this as well. From my vantage point, I'm seeing where maybe I want to make certain changes, of course, or at least, you know, to expand in the way that I, you know, channel this energy. So everybody is working with the shadow side in some way. And you know, I think sometimes we think, oh my God, the shadow is like a negative thing. It's not anything. It is the space where all coexists. I'm hearing that like specifically, like you cannot have light without shadow in a way too. So it's about the contrast of elements, and where is it that, you know, maybe we think, well, let me look at how I have perceived of the so-called shadow in the past. Okay, was I afraid of it? Well, you know, and I think it's so helpful to follow and trace the so-called fears, whatever they may be, like literally trace them. Let's say that you have a fear about something, whatever it is, like just pull it out of your pocket, put it on the table, and take a look at it, like trace it. Okay, like, okay, what am I afraid of? And then, okay, so then what does that indicate a further fear of? Okay, and then trace it in all the way down. What is the ultimate, the core, the nucleus of so-called fear there? And it's just very, very interesting, maybe even as an activity. And, you know, times where we are really brought face to face with the energy of Scorpio and Pluto in these astrological sort of ways, they're wonderful times. These are wonderful times to re-examine that connection to our higher self ultimately. I see it in this way. You know, people who have a lot of Scorpio, and if you have a lot of Scorpio, you know, it's like, I'm hearing great risk, great reward. Like, you may find that it's really freaking hard. It's not easy to be a Scorpio. I'm hearing that as well. Or someone who has a lot of Scorpio, and we're going to get to Gemini in a second. But it's like, we're just talking about Scorpio so far. Okay, like Pluto. Okay, because Pluto retro, of all things, is not easy. Within the context of ascension, where we're here and we're saying, well, we're here, let's say, in class. We're here to learn. That's the purpose. We want to learn. We want to sort of master, you know, the relationship with ourselves in some way, or at least expand in that space. Be open to it, you know, to see where it does lead. So that, if that is the case, right? It's like, you know, these are wonderful opportunities to re-examine that. Now, but it is not necessarily easy. But that's the point. So that's the irony as well, right? I think it does come down to bravery during these times. But you know, with it sitting concurrently to Gemini, okay, this is an added influence of how we are interpreting maybe these fears, the subconscious, the shadow. Mercury is that, you know, the cerebral energy. It's related to air energy. Okay, it asks us to question why we take actions on in certain ways. But I wanted to say this, you know, if you are someone who has a lot of Scorpio in your chart, again, I'm hearing like great risk, great reward. Like maybe there is the realization that things can get a little out of control. Okay. Like things can, you know, it's like someone who's very creative, like their mind can go like all over the place. Okay. Like rambunctious, like, and to an extent level that's maybe not helpful for them as they may see it at certain points in time. Okay. But by the way, I'm cleaning the cards. I'm cleaning it with this little it's like a little essential oil pad. It smells so lovely. Lavender. It's all natural, eco-friendly. But yeah, so, you know, getting back to it, it's like, but it's not all like, oh gosh, this sucks. You know, sometimes it's really, really hard. And if you're resonating with this concept, can you hit the like? So I'm going to be watching it right here. I want to see, like, if this is a concept really hitting home for you. I'm seeing 90 likes right here. 90. Okay, I see 91. You know, and feel free, you know, I just want to see. You can obviously unlike, but I want to see, okay, we jumped to 96. So this is, you know, this is something, and right now we are at the point where it's gonna reach that level. It's like that person who you just have that moment with, and it just is like, yeah, it's like love hate. It's like, you're fucking annoying me, you're pissing me off, like, and this can be an aspect of you. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if it is someone else, every interaction is reflective, right? Ultimate, when you really come back down to it, it's you with you. So yeah, this is coming up. It's coming up in a really big way. But because we are being guided to rediscover our I'm hearing our true power. I'm hearing our power nature. Okay? Not only acknowledging that we are powerful, but how it is that we wish to be powerful. In other words, how do we have control with which we channel our energy? Okay, we don't want to be triggered, right? Like where we're like, oh my god, I'm so irritated. I'm just feeling drained and triggered, and he pissed me off, and she irritated me, and she said that, and it really annoyed me, and it triggered me. It's like, we don't have time for this, I'm hearing as well, because things are going to get really heated. I'm hearing with Gemini culminating out in retro as well, through Mercury, and also with Venus culminating out. Like, okay, how do we say? Venus is about, right, balance. It's typically a space of beauty, harmony. That is at least what it strives for. Okay, balance, love, okay, symmetry, okay, aesthetics, pleasure. In Gemini, it's like, no, wait, let's talk about it. It could be a very argumentative energy, okay, debate. It's like, if you are somebody who has a lot of Gemini in your chart, this could be kind of irritating, okay? You're like, I just want to enjoy. Like, why am I thinking so much? Like, this could be, especially, yeah. But there's, again, a reason for everything. And everything that comes up around this time, right? Especially with the retros. It's like, time to really closely examine this area of our life. And it's a wonderful maybe period of time for observation, not so much maybe reaction. You don't really want to be like reacting, okay? You don't want to be in reactive mode necessarily, but always, you know, do what you think. And sometimes we have to get to that point where the phone dies. I mean, we realize that, we see it, okay? Yeah, I don't want to feel drained, you know? And sometimes so it's all good in a way. There's a reason again for everything, but sometimes, okay, we come to realize, okay, you know, I don't want to be reacting. I want to be maybe reconsidering, but I want to feel like I am in, okay, control within that process as well, where I am identifying what I want to change to feel better in the situation. Right? Otherwise it's like, they're making me feel this way. It's like, no one's making anyone feel any which way. That's the illusion. Okay. And it's like funny because when we think about Pluto and Scorpio and feeling triggered, it's like, oh my god, it's all about like, you know, again, possible power plays, manipulation of energy, so on and so forth. And it may not be with one person, it could be with a system. I'm hearing that as well. Like even like a body of I'm hearing information that is also coming up for review. It's kind of like an auditing energy. But getting back to it, it's like, you know, it's in that moment, okay, where things are being brought up. One moment, we were going to say something. We got so heavily focused here on the star card, cleaning off the star card. Okay, well, you are obviously guided through this process. Again, it's all good. There's a reason for everything. Whatever it is that you're experiencing. But sometimes when we also focus too much on it, okay, we were saying, yeah, the illusion is that Pluto is like, you know, it's about power. It's about maybe feeling power, but it's like when you are in a reaction mode, it's like, are you feeling powerful or are you feeling scared of something? Right? And sometimes we're not consciously aware that we are maybe reacting from a space of so-called fear. And so that's where maybe it's helpful to really take a step back and be like, wait, am I reacting? Is this a reactive moment? Like, you know, it's like just a checkbox moment. Okay, like, and maybe you want to have a protocol for this because we're headed into some pretty amazing times, I'm hearing. But, you know, the choppy seas may get a little choppier before we reach the oasis land sort of feeling, right? There is a journey that takes us there. I'm hearing that as well. There's a journey. I'm hearing that. Now, so let's get back to it. Yeah, for a number of you, you know, there is something that you are really reconsidering, and it's like this is for a number of you, this comes down to your happiness and what you really want. Okay? Like, I'm seeing it really comes down to, like, you realizing what's real to you. I'm hearing that as well, and not feeling like you're living through the life of another. I'm hearing that, and what they think is right for you. Okay? I'm seeing that as well. Like, we are here really needing to question, like, why are we doing what we're doing? Are we doing it because we feel like we want to do it? Or are we feeling like, you know, in some way controlled by, and again, it can be like a mantra group. I'm hearing a mantra group, a mantra space even. You know, it could be a space of association with even like a whole community. So there's something here that is just transforming, and maybe, you know, you realize that. on some level, but you're possibly asking yourself, like, where do I stand in the midst of this change? But now it is, but I'm seeing it as exciting on the whole, but there are things that, again, this is where it will come down to how you are channeling your personal Pluto, and if you're feeling, look at how you're feeling, how have you been feeling progressively? How is it? Is it feeling like a volatile time for you? If it is, then I would look at the party birth chart related to the archetype of Gemini, the third house, and Mercury, and specifically air energy. I would also look at your 8th house, and I would, take a look at what's going on in my 8th house. Do I have planets in my 8th house? Like, what's going on? If you do, okay, those energies might be associated in some way with the archetype of Scorpio, and it's always helpful to know what you've got as an association with Scorpio. So, yes, okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. Well, okay, but let's get to it. I want to do a wild card reading. I'm going to just clean off the remainder of these cards, though, and we're going to start fresh here. Things may also come up that are surprising. Maybe for a number of you, it's like you're almost like shocking yourself. Maybe it is with a certain reaction that you're having to something. I'm not saying like it is like, oh my god, like it is like a bad thing that you're reacting though necessarily. Again, sometimes our reactions tell us what we're feeling in a moment, what our needs are. Maybe our needs are not being met. It's like, wow, I didn't realize how frustrated I was. I didn't realize how this is like so out of alignment with like what I really want in my life, to manifest. Like sometimes we have to get to that really, that point of irritation to make the change and make it like final and official. And that especially goes for those of you who have a lot of dynamic energy, a lot of mutable, no judgment. This is not like, it's a negative thing. It's just, being a highly dynamic individual sometimes, well, I can see this side, I can see that side. Well, yeah, I kind of feel that, but then, I have a reason for maybe why it's not true. And then you got this whole entire ladder of discussion surrounding, just a very simple truth for you, which is your story. I'm hearing that as well. So it's like we're getting back into our mind. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, we're getting back into how it is that we consider our path ours. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. I wonder how this is related to, well, it is definitely obviously related to the past and the concept of history. Okay, otherwise, well, what would we be, sort of, I'm hearing disillusioning, interesting. Like, what is it that we would be counteracting even? I'm hearing, like, in that space, obviously, there's karma coming up at this time as well. So maybe these are energies that are not even really directly yours. Maybe you realize, holy shit, I'm living through this paradigm of belief that, my parents adopted, and I didn't even realize that that's not my mantra. I'm hearing that. Like, that, I don't have to be afraid of that. Like, it could be something, again, that is just not something that you even, it's like, I'm seeing someone even, they realize, wow, I always called it that, but I didn't realize, like, from where that originated. I'm hearing that as well. Okay, so it's funny. I wanted to stop cleaning right here. We arrive at the moon card. It's like we're not going to clean off the moon card. Where's the death card? No, we didn't clean off the death card either yet. Moon card associated with Scorpio. But yeah, well, you guys, let's jump into a reading. We have like half the deck left, but so be it. I'm just gonna, this is the last card here. We'll just sort of clean off yeah, let's clear it in ground and just jump into a little bit of a live wild card round reading. And okay, so now for a number of you, I'm just getting this really clearly right off the bat. Well, right here we see the Ace of Swords splitting from the Hangman. Something is at a point of being really no longer entertaining. I'm hearing no longer interesting, no longer funny. Yeah, I'm hearing we're at the so now what? I'm hearing so yeah, and next. It's like the kid is not amused with the toy. I'm hearing even if it's gold and shiny and new, and no more. I'm hearing this. There's no more also like I'm seeing food in the cupboard, like someone's like they're not interested in this is a cycle. This can also be someone who realizes the past is no longer relevant. I realize that I want to recreate my mantra. I'm hearing that Ace of Cups upright, Son of Swords upright. Like I'm seeing someone coming out of like a crowd. They're like, I want to say this. I mean, I want to do this. I want to create this. Now, this is someone here. They want to slap the bullshit out of someone's hand. I'm just hearing it in this way. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not here to sit in the middle of the room and watch everyone talk about nonsense. I'm hearing this as well. Like, someone doesn't want to be also maybe, egging a space on that they feel like, that moment when you just realize either someone is not being honest, and be it with themselves. Generally, those with a lot of Sag in their charts, maybe even Gemini, Pluto as well, typically, would not feel comfortable, okay, knowing that something is not true and, like, playing along with it, okay? Like, no, usually, it's like, oh no, hell no, I'll be awkward. Okay, Aquarius too, I will be awkward. Let's just clear it around. Yeah, no, someone is like, they even have to end a friendship. They're like, no, Friday wasn't okay. I'm hearing with me, like, this is even someone's behavior, some pattern here. They realize, like, this is, like, so unattractive. Like, I thought I was attracted to that. I'm hearing that, like, no more. Now, how many of you are resonating with this concept? Again, feel free to hit the like. I'll be looking at the likes here. I'm curious, because we don't have comments, I'll be looking, and if it does resonate at any point, then feel free. And let's clear it around. Yeah, there's something that someone is just like, they're like, I need to be the one to stop this cycle as well. No, but I'm seeing somebody, they're sitting in a room, they're watching a number of people talking in that space. They're like, no, this isn't good. I'm hearing this. Like, they need to point something out, okay? Now, they are really irritated. I'm hearing that as well. Like, this is maybe, again, some frustration energy that has been building. Like, this has been maybe for quite some time. But, okay, so what was the factor that led to this point? Son of Cups in reverse. Ooh, so they are triggered. So, listen, this is for a number of you. I'm just going to make the scenario here, possible scenario here really clear. There's someone who's not being honest. They're not being honest, they're not being forthright, they're not being true to themselves, is really what the Son of Cups in reverse is what we come down to. We're talking about emotion, we're talking about spirituality, this is their higher self that they're having a talk with here. Someone is not going to be passing the baton on, like, from this point. I'm seeing somebody, it's like telephone. You guys, just like that. It's like a game of telephone, and I'm seeing someone here is very intuitive. Like, they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna be open-minded. Let's see what they have to say. It's like something is passed on to them. They're like, I'm not passing that on. Oh, hell no, I'm not gonna say that that's something that I'm also signing on the dotted line with. 3 of Swords in reverse. Like, I don't know. I'm hearing no. I want to cut something out here. It's kind of similar to what came through in the Leo May 1st to the 15th of the month reading. I think it was, or the new moon in Taurus reading, was it, for Leo? It was like someone wants to slap the popsicle out of somebody's hand or something like that. Yeah, like, let's clear it. 2 of Cups. Okay, Son of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you, this is I'm hearing gaslighter. I'm hearing it like this. Like, you're dealing with someone, okay, who is, this is a love situation we're talking about, obviously, with 2 of Cups. You can have love and gaslighting at the same time. You can, in a way. Okay, like, somebody can use love too. Okay, it's the relationship to how they love is the question. Someone can love you, but they may not be ready to love, you in the way that is in alignment with how they love themselves as well, in the higher form of how they discuss that topic. Wow, I'm hearing with their higher self. So it's like, just because someone is a gaslighter doesn't mean they don't love you. I'm hearing that. I'm just hearing that really strongly, and that might be a little controversial to hear. It's like, well, they did that and they did that, but I'm seeing, like, if anything, actually, okay, it's like actually proof that they do love you. Let's clear it. I'm seeing this with the 2 of Cups upright and the Fool in reverse. Like, someone is using the concept of, they know that there's a this is what it is. They know that there's a relationship here. For a number of you, this is on an energetic level. Someone is aware, fully aware of the interaction as well and what it means to you. I'm hearing that. Like, they're kind of using this. Okay, they're using this as a buoy. I'm seeing, it's so weird, you guys. Like, somebody jumps off a ship. I'm seeing 2 people even, like, on a paddle canoe. Oh, I just realized how tight this was. Oh my. They're, like, canoeing on, like, on a paddleboard, and it's like, wait a second. Like, so I'm seeing someone jumps off of, you got the moon coming through. Someone jumps off of the canoe. Well, they make it look like they do. Okay? And they're like, they want to give off this impression of, like, I jumped off the canoe. Like, they kind of want to say they want to make you feel bad, but I'm hearing, oh, I want to make you feel like you're the one who's late. For me, it's like, okay, let's go, again, backtrack. Now, I'm seeing that this person, though, actually, and I don't want to intertwine, like, I don't want to create a whole, Stockholm Syndrome situation here, but this person does have love. they have love. But I want to make it so clear, like, within the context of one another, like, there is something here that is being deliberately done. I am almost seeing, like, a child that, like, knows they're, like, knows that they are really cute. I hear that as well, okay? But they're really smart about it. Okay, you guys, yeah. With the Two of Cups upright and the Fool in reverse, let's clear it around. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm hearing good night, Grandma. I'm hearing that, like, they know, they know. They really, yeah, let's clear Judgment. Maybe this is something that's rooted in childhood, like, they just have a really sweet smile, and they just always got away with it. You know, it's like something like this, let's clear it, and that grew with them. As, like, a mentality, okay? I don't know. It's like, yeah, someone is, like, using love and, like, I don't know what. Like, well, I know she loves me. It's like, okay. No. Someone is going to be, they are going to be caught red-handed. I'm hearing this as well. Maybe someone's going to point this out, but, like, I see your whole entire, I'm hearing bloody humor jokes as well. It's not funny. I'm hearing it's not funny for anyone in the room. It's like, I'm seeing a whole room is, like, silent. It's like when someone exposes someone in a public way, and everyone, it's like, everybody knows. It's like, let's clear it. It's like, yeah, we're all sitting here with Grandma. She told us what happened. I'm hearing that. Father shows up right. Oh, I don't know. I'm hearing the Hermit. Okay, let's clear. It's like, no one ever suspected, maybe even this person, to, like, I don't know. It's like, let's clear it. No, I don't know what this is for everybody. I mean, it will be, different for everybody. Maybe this is actually a child, okay? And there's something, like, I don't know, they're negotiating with their parents, I'm hearing, they're writing, like, to and from. It's like, yeah, but then they're changing the name. It's weird. It's like, they're like a really smart kid. I mean, it's like, but they're getting smart with themselves. Like, they're getting smart with themselves. It's like, oh, like, okay, I'm gonna, like, I'm seeing a kid who knows, like Grandma loves them, or, like, that they have, like, it's like that Grandma wants to love them, okay? Like, you see what I'm saying here, right? Okay. I know Grandma wants to love me, so... Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna write to and from, but, like, they're good. There's something that they're doing here. I'm hearing Snickerdoodle. I'm hearing Candy Farm. I don't know what's going on here. It could be the child's, like, your inner child. Like, I'm trying to, like, convince myself that what I'm doing is okay. Someone's eating a lot of candy. What's going on? Father Cups upright. Okay. Got a sweet tooth here with Pluto. Pluto's got a sweet tooth. Uh-oh. Okay, let's clear it around. Five of Swords in reverse. It's like, maybe it's a confrontation moment. Like, maybe you have a friend even who points it out. They're like, are you just, like, eating all the snickerdoodles that you can just because you can? I'm hearing that. It's like something maybe even kind of simple but kind of obvious. It's like, anyways, I'm hearing that, like, this person doesn't want to necessarily, like, confront this. Okay, now the Star upright, Daughter Cups, but it's like, interesting. No, okay, let's go back to it. I'm saying, like, okay, no, this person is aware. They jump off of the canoe, and then it's like, but they didn't really jump off. Like, I have to make that, like, really, like, it's almost like, oh my god! It's like, something like that. They're kind of, like, playing it off, like, playing it all up and, as, like, it's so dramatic. It's like, okay, it's just, like, can you move over? Like, we both need to sit down. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing, I wrote this whole haiku poem for you. It's like, I don't know. Like, this is someone even, they, like, were gonna give someone a gift. It's so, you guys, like, kind of gross, but take it as you will. Let's clear it around. Let me let everybody here. Okay, all frequencies here. We're working through them, right? But somebody, like, they were gonna give someone a gift, and then they changed, like, the name on it. Okay? Oh no, actually it's not to Mandy anymore. It's to Sarah. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing Solomon as well. It's like, what? Bro, like, you need to step back and, like, rewire I'm hearing what's the name? It's like the name of the toys. Tycho. I think it's Tycho, Tyco. Yeah. The Tycho message. I'm seeing, like, this maybe, it's like, it could be a symbol of, okay, something that happened in childhood. It's like, this behavior stuck with them. They're like, I know what people really want. This could just be someone who just, they know behavior, and they know psychology of people. They know, well, that's what this person in their heart they want, so I'm just going to manipulate that situation. And it could be them ultimately love with themselves. Like, they could be holding love back, true love back from themselves. And I don't mean love as, like, they don't have love in this space, but it's like, The question of love is, are you engaging in that love in a way where you are also vulnerable completely with the Sun of Cups in reverse, Two of Cups upright? Are you like fully accepting it into your experience, or are there strings attached? Are there conditions like that you set up in your mind where you're like, well, I can't really like be who I really am with them because, you know, they got mayonnaise on their sandwich and I don't do that. Let's clear. It's like, for a small number of you, I'm seeing someone wants to try and get someone else to do all the work in a certain situation. Yeah, the Father wands upright. Like they want to make this situation the best that it can be, mostly for them. I'm hearing, but again, I'm not seeing this as like a, oh God, you need to talk to his parents. I don't know. It's like this is something maybe in it's like they are not really overtly aware of it. This can be like a rudimentary even behavior that they're not like openly in the front of the consciousness, okay, like aware of that they're doing this. Okay, I'm not seeing like a hyper malicious like person here, but I am seeing that it's like, well, humans, it's like you give like a whole free farm of hearing of food to mice. It's like, well, you think they're gonna be like, oh no, you first go ahead. It's like it's like that the human, maybe that's just the programming of even the ego with the Father wands. Like that's just like maybe even how they were brought up or raised. It's like I'm seeing kind of like a, I don't want to say like a selfish energy, but it's like they kind of just do what they want for themselves. It's like their first thought is like, and that comes down to, we can say fear, the survival instinct. Okay, I need. It's like, where they're not in the flow state. I'm seeing that with the Father wands upright, Son of wands, and like they feel like they lost something as well. This was in childhood, and they felt like, I need to make it up. Let's clear it. It's like that's always in the back of their mind. They feel inadequate. Son of wands in reverse, Father wands upright. It's like it's not just the Father wands upright. It's the memory of the Son of wands in reverse. It's like I always will remember myself as who I wasn't able to be. Like even at that point, it's like they hold grudges maybe even with themselves though. Ultimately, let's clear it. They even like, I don't know. There's someone here who's working with some. It's like there's something running them. It's like in the back of their mind though. It's in their subconscious. Father wands upright. They're not aware of what this is like in the front center. They just like, maybe they react to certain things in certain ways. It's like they're very defensive maybe in certain situations. How many of you are resonating with this? I see 176 likes. I'm just going to look at the likes here real quickly. If you're finding that you resonate with this concept, then feel free to hit the like. Okay, 177, 181. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing that then this is going to come out. Like, it's going to either become obvious. It's that, yep, death in reverse. This is going to, it's like that moment when someone's behavior becomes so clear. It's like, Simi, are you have your hand in the cookie jar? It's like, oh, you didn't let Samantha eat any cookies at all tonight? Oh, okay. You wanted to eat, you're going to eat, okay. You were gonna try to trick her to think like there were no more cookies left? Like, okay, I don't know, you guys. Like, can we really get out of that person's head though with that at least? Because that's not even like their dad's mantra at this point. It's their dad's mantra. Oh my goodness. Like this is maybe, I mean, that's not me talking. I'm happy to obviously extrapolate these energies. That's why we're here. But someone maybe is at that point with themselves. They're like, this is not even like me. Maybe they realize like, there's some energy moving through them. It's not even like their own like, maybe they even look back on their own behavior. They're like, why did I react like that? That's like freaking kooky. That's freaking kooky crazy. Like, why would I? So I'm seeing like someone who kind of acts like a vicious animal sometimes as well. Like they act really rudely and like they get snappy with people. Yeah, no, this is like the shadow of Pluto. It's like, you're not gonna tell me what to do. Okay, it's like something like that. Like, go check out the Pluto retrograde reading for Scorpio that we did, and that was the beginning half of that reading, but then we ultimately transcended. The later half of the reading was all like, almost like we were like feeling all sedated, like drunk mice, okay? You know, finding the higher light in that Pluto energy, like realizing like, oh, I didn't have to react with that. Oh, I didn't have to do that. I did not have to get to that point. Oh, okay, I have nothing to be afraid of. 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. Like, for somebody here, they feel like their ego's on the line, and that's where the reactive energy comes through as well, okay? It's like, I'm in survival mode with my ego. But again, I don't see that as like conscious. It's like subconscious. They don't really even know who they are or not to identify that which is the ego. I'm here necessarily at certain times, maybe. Let's clear it. I hate to say it, but maybe this person sometimes even goes into a rage I'm hearing in competitive situations, this is like the death card and the moon are sitting right next to each other. This is both Scorpio energy with the judgment card at the base of the moon. Like, they're like, does she have some kind of weird intention with me? It's like, they go into they create a whole entire full-length feature fucking film about their fears in this situation. They blow up posters, like they create a whole trailer for the movie. It's like they assume almost, they run with their assumptions. Like, this could be someone who also just has a freaking wild imagination. Okay, and they gotta get in a creative space with that is empowering them and gonna pay off and not, again, just drain them in the end, because they may actually lose friends like this. Like, you know, people are just like, I don't understand, like, why did you treat me like that? Like, why did you act like that? Like, it can be both ways as well. Let's clear it. Yeah, it's like, you triggered me, then I triggered you. We got into a trigger fight. I'm hearing that. Trigger fight, death card. Someone doesn't even, like, recognize themselves in these situations, though, sometimes. I'm hearing polarized. They feel, like, weird. Like, oh my gosh. Like, they look back, they're like, I'm so sorry. I'm hearing that. 8 of Cups and the Lovers. I'm hearing drink your Lipton iced tea. I'm hearing that. Mother Cups upright. This person is, like, embarrassed. Maybe when they for a number of you, they realize, like, how they treated someone or, like, how they're behaving, and they don't, I am saying that for a number of you, this person actually does change the behavior. Like, they try, they make the effort. Yeah, this is for a number of you. For how many of you is that the case? For how many of you is it the case that you feel that there is development here? It's not just for the sake of being like, you know, I'm radioactive and I just want to, you know, be radio. This is a momentary energy is what I'm hearing with the death card. Like, you know, it is an extreme energy. Like, and when we have these times where Pluto's up to bat, it may, you know, this is when we're realizing, well, where do I have this extremist tendency? Where may I have this extremist tendency? Everybody has Scorpio somewhere in their chart. Everybody has Pluto somewhere in their chart. What's the house placement? What's the sign? What's the, you know, yeah, I mean, you can go so deeply into that, but death looking over the Lovers of the 8 of Cups, like, let's clear it around. Yeah, no, but like, they really like feel bad. I'm seeing someone is putting something on a shelf. They're like, they're feeling weird. They're like, let's clear it. It's even like a child, like a sibling with their sibling. They're like, I heard her feelings. High Priestess upright, Ace of Cups upright, 9 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Cups in reverse. They may be like a young Scorpio. I'm hearing this as well, or someone who has a lot of Scorpio, but they are not. They have these first few experiences where maybe their Pluto or their Scorpio is being triggered. Very interesting with the death card. Like, until this point, like, maybe they were just like, I'm all mayonnaise, I'm all sauce, I'm Mr. Sauce, I'm just all like, I don't know what this will into. Like, there's a masculinity energy here that was just maybe kind of like running rampant. I'm hearing that as well with the death card. Like, no one ever challenged this person maybe until this point. Now they're like, holy shit. Who is she? I'm hearing that. Okay, what's with the gender? 1 second. I'm hearing Genova. Genova? That's a city in Italy, I think. Hierophant upright. Genova. Yeah. I'm hearing M-A-R. Mare. Maybe someone is Italian, or they lived in Italy. I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. Or they live in Italy still, currently. I'm hearing that. Or their family is Italian, or something like this. I'm hearing Tante. Yeah, somebody is Italian. I'm hearing Italian here. Let's clear it. Death card here in the moon. Yeah. Possibly for a number of you. Or there's some history here. Father of Pentacles in reverse. Like, I don't want to say it, but like, maybe someone is also like very religious, or they something with sexism. I hate to say it. I don't want to say it, but there is something, we gotta say it, because it's like someone is exposing something. Like, excuse me, are you like fucking like sexist? I'm hearing that with the Father of Pentacles in reverse. Like, because this is someone's behavior. But again, yeah, for a number of you, like, this is someone who's conservative by nature even, and then they meet someone who like triggers them to question, like, fuck, am I being conservative? It's like, who am I? This is someone who gets a wake-up call here, okay? From someone. But what's interesting is that it's not like you're under, like, you know, arrest. You're like on the psychic plane even. I'm hearing, no, I don't feel this person's very psychic. I'm hearing that. The High Priestess and the Ace of Cups, and Mother of Swords a bride, and the Judgment card a bride, but they're not gonna, in the Hangman in reverse, the Magician in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse, they have very strong soulmate energy here as well. They know what this person is, but they feel it in their aura even, but they're not like calling it out directly like that. It's not a confrontation here. This is like a indirectly triggering, okay? Daughter Cups in reverse. hence the soulmate side of this. It's like, soulmates, like, they just have, you know, some people just have that way of triggering you. You're like, how the fuck did they find that button? No, I want to know. And sometimes that's the pull. No, how do they know? Daughter, Sun comes in reverse. Daughter comes in reverse. Now, you lead out with the Two of Swords. Yeah, there's an enigma even here. It's like, it's just someone who just, it's like even the movies, you know, that classic character who's just like, oh, I'm never gonna fall in love. And then there's like, they meet that one person who just like makes them trip and fall. They're like, how did she do that? I'm hearing that, or he, or however, or they, or us. How did we do that to each other even, you know? For maybe this is a memory someone has. They have not gotten over it. They're feeling really bad about whatever happened here in the past, looking back at what happened. They're like, oh my God, did I just sabotage the whole relationship? Did I really just do that? I'm hearing that. I really wanted to just put a ring on it. Damn, Ace of Wands upright. Like, yeah, no, someone feels like it's weird. They see someone with like a moving truck. They're moving all their stuff out now. They got a moving van. They're like, yeah, I'm just like training for this new competition. I'm seeing two people talking. Maybe they bumped into each other. It's like, wow, what are you doing these days? It's like, I'm just training for this competition. It's like weird now though. They feel like, wow, I could have been with her. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that. World upright. Let's clear it. Ace of Wands upright. It's like, yeah. Okay. I'm hearing that. All right. Death card upright. Are you sad? I'm hearing that. Are you sad to see me go? Are you sad to see me leave? I'm hearing that. Well, when are you leaving? It depends. I'm hearing that. They're kind of nippy. They nip. They bite. They do bite. First date. Some people, they say, I don't bite. You can, yeah, no, but they bite. I'm just gonna tell you right here, right now, like, they will bite you and bite you hard. I mean, I don't know what that's alluding to you guys. Maybe it's actually something physical or something, because you, warning. Spirit guides, yeah. We know you don't really, you're not too hot about that. I'm just letting you know that he bites. I don't know. It's not even back though. It's like he bites. He starts the bite fight. I'm hearing that. So it's like, I don't know, like, are you gonna talk about it even? I don't know. So maybe something needs to be called out. But one way or another, like, someone feels like something's at a limit. Like, we cannot go on not talking about this. We cannot go on. It's even like someone who feels like it's just bad dog training. It's bad housebreaking rules, like, to not call them out. The rules themselves, like, at least as a standard for myself. Maybe, hey, this is okay in, like, your culture. I'm hearing whatever it is, but I don't know, no judgment. But it's like someone here, there's some conventionalism behavior even that is just really inappropriate to somebody else. And it's all contextual. It's all relative. But yeah, they're not going to be putting up with that. Like, maybe they were very patient as well. Like, well, he's here for now. Like, maybe here is like proverbial. It's like here on this level of his own. Maybe this again, very intuitive. Yeah, like, they know where this person's at. Maybe even spiritually, they're like, nah, I don't really want to, like, call him a cab yet. I'm hearing that. It's like, but I'm not gonna be deleting his messages. I'm hearing for him off his phone. So someone, maybe, I don't want to say it, they were triangulating something here with another person. Like, they thought that it was getting this person real riled up. Oh, I'm not calling her back. She's going to get really like, oh my God, what happened to Fibonacci sequence? I'm hearing that. Yeah, no. I'm hearing the ribbon was untied. I'm hearing last time she saw you with another girl. I'm hearing, and it was just in her mind. I'm hearing in her mind, like, this is someone who is psychic. I'm just gonna say it. Magician reverse. Let's clear it. Yeah, they're a channeler. Actually, I'm seeing like animals here. They speak to animals. Maybe they work with it. They are very, very psychic. Like, in the way of saying that they see everything as also symbolic. So they intake information. Wow, very interesting. They absorb it. It's like they inhale and they absorb information. They're possibly even, let's clear it. They may be a guru even. Yeah, so they were maybe thinking, is this even worth it to get into this freaking convo, like, with this person? Like, I know he's not really, like, someone saw someone outside of even their own behavior. Okay, they were like, I know he doesn't mean it like that, but I'm not gonna just be mean back and play this silly little game, like a rambunctious teenager. I'm hearing that, like, I'm beyond those years. I'm hearing that, like, someone's like, I don't wanna, that's what someone's saying. You can be a teenager for life, but yeah, I don't know. Someone is not interested in the Lifetime movie as well. Somebody wants to get so dramatic with someone. Oh my. I want to be the devil who wears Prada. It's like they wanted to play some scripted movie out with this person. Like, it could be like, I don't know, you guys. Like, this other person was like playing along again in the beginning. Like, all right, you want to pretend like you're the devil. Okay. Okay. It's like, but then it got to the point, it's like, okay, no, we have to stop this. Like, they pulled the curtain down on the stage. I cannot play this game with you anymore. Like, let's clear it. This person was like in bewilderment. They were like, what? Like, why are you ripping down the curtain? We were having fun. Let's clear it. It's like, no. Mother of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Like, something came down to the concept of fertility of birth. It's like, I'm not gonna, this is not an example I want to lead for my children. I'm hearing that as well with Mother of Wands. And children can be metaphor. It can be, you know, if you're working with someone collaborating in a certain space here, it's like, the way you create whatever you create is very important. You're like, I don't want maybe even my followers to observe that this is something that I am involved in at all, actually. So I'm gone. Goodbye. I ain't hearing that. Someone did not want to hear it. Maybe they didn't even tell them. Yeah, Tower keeps flipping over like, yeah, I don't know. I don't see that this is a confrontational energy. It's more like just dismissive. I just choose not to get involved. I'm hearing that. Yeah, they're no longer maybe getting triggered, and that's what that is with the Mother of Wands. Yep. Looking after their own needs, taking care of themselves. They were very patient here. Extremely patient. With a certain energy. Like, they maybe wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt. They wanted to say, hey, well, maybe he will be open-minded one day. Maybe he will see past his past. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing, I just want to feel you up one more time. Like, this is somebody who is playing games. Like, I'm hearing it like this. Like, even on an astral plane, you guys. Like, we have to be clear here. Yeah, Moon in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse. 9 of Wands, right. They got something going on in the past life here. Like, they got some access key, some hack key, or whatever, as they see it. Okay, this is all an illusion, though, really, when we come down to it. It's like, who are we playing? Who do we think we're checkmating here, okay? Like, yeah, why would someone feel the need to treat someone other than how they would treat themselves? Like, right? Right. So, the conversations with your higher self here, I'm hearing that Moon in reverse. Like, in other words, you're losing what you really want. Someone was playing this game because they didn't want to come out and directly be like, okay, hey. They didn't want to be the one to, like, be vulnerable and, like, sacrifice. I mean, as they feel sacrifice something here. That is what caused the loss. I'm hearing altogether of the links. Like, let's clear it. I'm seeing a train. Like, you know how, like, the train is connected by the hinges, like, the different parts of the train? I'm seeing, like, the train, like, dislodges. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's clear it. It's like, but my mayonnaise! I'm hearing that Moon in reverse. Hierophant upright. Like, they thought that would save the relationship. Justice in reverse. Hierophant upright. It's not about the mayonnaise. It's not about the mayonnaise anymore. I'm hearing that especially, like, again, maybe at a certain point, like, this person was, like, hyping them up, like, trying to boost their ego, like, trying to be, like, you know, loving towards this person, but that person did not reciprocate the higher form of that value, and so this person had to get a little, I'm hearing, bitey back. I'm hearing that with the daughter ones, like, let's clear it and ground, love and light to everybody here. Again, if this is triggering you, this is what we're here for. I'm hearing it this way, like, we're here at this time. Let's clear it and ground. We're here to trigger. That's what it is, and that's not me talking. This is your spirit guides, maybe. Take it as you will. Take it as you will. Let's clear it down the right side of the body, all the way through the digestive tract, and let's ground it and clear it up through the crown chakra and all around. Yeah, somebody here had to make peace with something. They were like, I can't make him who he needs to be. Emperor in reverse. Okay, so 8 of Cups separate. Yeah, something was, I'm hearing going to Hollywood for sure. Like, this was drama. It was drama. And, like, someone was having fun, someone else wasn't, and so that's that. Delete. I'm hearing that as well. This is very hard. They had to make a clear decision with themselves. Like, that's it. For sure. This time I'm going to delete it. They deleted someone's number, maybe. They deleted their home phone number. I'm hearing that as well. Oh, boy. Once you get to the landline, oh, hell no. Okay, I don't know what that's alluding to, but it's like, oh, no. LinkedIn. Oh, no. Should delete him on LinkedIn, too? I'm hearing that. It could be a metaphor, you guys. 10 of Cups. Maybe someone's like, we're going to work together and, like, all this stuff. And it's like, nope. Devil in reverse. 10 of Swords upright. I'm hearing, I'm deleting the pears as well that we grew on that tree. Like, the little ones that we were thinking of picking together. Like, Someone just turned someone off with their behavior. Like, it was so, the mentality here was so rigid and so strict and like stifling, no offense. Seven of Swords, the right, devil in reverse is suffocating, hangman in reverse. Like, I have to get out of here. That's clear. I need air. I need fresh air. I'm hearing that hangman in reverse. Like, this isn't somebody who, they need to find like a new social group. Like, they don't feel like they have people to talk to who are like really open-minded like they are. This is hard for this person. They feel like they cannot talk to somebody here. They cannot express themselves with a hangman. They're having a hard time here, you guys, with also identifying, you know, who is really an empowering, you know, person in their life. Like, I'm hearing that. They feel like, I don't know if they don't feel like they have a role model, but there is something where they feel like it's a, how do we say, like a lonely energy almost, but it's more in mentality. It's like, they don't understand my needs. I'm hearing that as well. But, you know, it does come down to, again, if you're experiencing something here, how does it come back around to you? And you say, well, am I clear on my needs? Like, if I was so clear and, like, I literally dialed up that number, why would they not answer? I'm hearing that as well. The universe, I'm hearing. So, in other words, like, if you're so clear on what your intention is, you manifest, right? With the hangman in reverse, the emperor in reverse, the fool in reverse, in between the two, there's something that we've lost direction with. It's like, maybe this is what this is. This is the draining energy. And it's like, until you eradicate this frequency, you will feel distracted. You'll just be feeling like you're getting, whoa, why did he pretend to jump off the boat? What the fuck? You know, it's like, that's what you're going to be dealing with. Like, or that's what you're going to be feeling and thinking about, and even on an energetic level, because this person is emitting that frequency, I'm hearing. And so maybe you just got to have the boundary up. Say, hey, I can't do this anymore. I'm not open to this anymore. I'm hearing that. Some of you had to block someone, Seven of Swords, and it's hard. How many of you have a lot of Pisces in your chart? It's not easy. If you're a highly empathic person, especially those who have, I'm hearing also a yod placement or several in your birth chart. I think I have like 5. Okay, like, I understand that this is a very, you feel like, well, I really, and even those who have a lot of Neptune, planets in the 12th, if you've got Neptune at 29 degrees, let's clear it, even 28, 27, even 26, I'll say. Neptune in the 12th, even in Pisces, whoo, okay. You know, this is, well, yeah, this is like all or one, but it's like, we also have to make the decision of what's right for us, because I don't want to be sinking. I'm hearing that with the hangman in reverse. Like, there's a wake-up call here. Maybe for the person who feels like they need to give the wake-up call, you know what I'm saying? It's like also kind of a chain reaction. So someone realizes, maybe they wake up and they realize, wow, I have to take control of the situation. I cannot let this go on like this any longer. Yeah, because they're allowing also someone to kind of disrespect them. I'm hearing that. Or to disrespect, or just to not acknowledge boundaries. But it can again be the thing where it's like, well, I have to be the one to come out and like establish what those boundaries are. I can't just assume that they will somehow figure them out, you know, on their own. So I'm hearing lineup. I'm hearing Pleiadian lineup. Ooh, this is coming up, guys. The Pleiadian lineup. Someone mentioned it. Somebody mentioned it. Was it Samantha? Samantha Bernhardt? Something like this. In the members section, right? Someone had mentioned, and it is true. Every so often we have a sort of like a portal here with Pleiades, the energy of Pleiades very strong, and the hangman here in reverse and the fool in reverse. That's clear. Yeah, we have to delete something. I keep hearing that. Like, and it could be a memory, it could be a frequency. It's like it no longer is in my life because I choose for it not to be. That's so important here with the hangman in reverse, fool in reverse. I don't make excuses as well for that. So, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope this reading is helpful. And anything else here? We're culminating with Venus and Gemini at the tail end degrees here. And it will be this week, I believe, actually, that we're stepping into then preceding that, Venus and Cancer. And so, what else? We have Mercury here in Gemini. It will be lingering in Gemini. It'll be in Gemini for some time, given that it is in retro, moving slowly. Right now it's in pre-shadow. I find that it's just as freaking intense. Yeah. It's like that moment when the plane first takes off, you're like, woo, you kind of feel it, you know? So, yeah. But again, observe, look at this time, be like, hey, what's coming up? Like, how am I feeling, you know? Now, Gemini is also social energy, and maybe we are, you know, looking, we're going to be finding stuff out. I'm hearing that as well, like, stuff that's shocking, like, oh my god, did they really do that? Did they really say that? Did they really see that in me? I'm hearing that as well. Like, this is even someone who just, like, you know that moment, you guys, when you just, like, you see something so, you see how someone sees you so clearly? It's like, oh my god, like, you see the perspective. You're like, that's what he wanted to do? I'm hearing that. that was his intention with this. I'm hearing that. But I want to like reiterate this, like your guys really want to reiterate this, like this is not for the sake of being like, oh, they're out to get me. I'm not getting like a malicious, but I don't know, it's up to you to identify what is what. But and you know, if it is what it is, you know, but yeah, but there is something here that is like this is an energy that someone needed to maybe just point out and to correct and to just call out. Okay, so maybe it's about identifying it for you. You know, it's like coming and saying, hey, you know, maybe this isn't how you see it, but like this is how I see it. Okay, and so for me, I don't want to accept that vibration into my life, and so I am shining a light on that space now. And I just want to be clear here now that this is not what I'm into. And maybe this is something that someone realized, like, this will get out of control. This will get out of hand. And maybe it's like, yeah, it's even like you gave someone like reins here a little bit. Like maybe you even like gave, I'm just hearing this for a number of you, like you gave someone access to your bank account. And I don't know, something is kind of, I don't know, like maybe it's even someone you're in a relationship with. Let's clear it. It could be emotional currency as well. I don't know. It's like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm letting them just kind of like dictate how I feel. I'm hearing at every moment. Now let's clear it. Let's clear it. Yeah, but Seven of Swords comes through. Like I have to say, it also in a serious way. So maybe it's just the resoluteness with which, the sensation of resoluteness with which you determine that this is your value with finality. Like finally, like. You say like once and for all, like this is not appropriate, this is not okay. Seven of Swords upright, Three of Swords in reverse, making some, if you're hurting someone's feelings and then saying that it's acting that it's okay to do that. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe for somebody else, it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe there's someone here who wants the drama that you're serving them, but I don't. I'm hearing, so that's where it becomes so important to say I establish my boundaries as a sovereign being as well, and I state my case. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same for you. It doesn't have to be the same for others in this room with us. And maybe someone's just coming forth with bravery and saying, I just want to be honest with myself at this point. So it is coming down to authenticity with the Father Cups upright. Emotionally, it's the integrity. It's like, what do I really want to talk about here as well? And some of you, like, this is maybe even a discussion you're having with, like, in your job, your workplace. It's like, we're talking about, like, mashed potato shit. I'm hearing that, like, I don't want to be talking about gravy. Like, when the gravy will one day, like, you know, soon arrive to be announced. Like, soon. It's like, I don't want to dream of gravy. I'm hearing that on my mashed potatoes, like, on a Sunday night. Let's clear it. I want to live. I'm hearing for Friday. I'm hearing Friday with the Chariot. Interesting. Friday, I'm in love, la 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 la. You know that song that's been coming through. And a few readings, I think it was the Scorpio readings. Let's clear it. Chariot upright. It's like, no, I want to feel like I am approaching my future now. Like, I don't want to just like, and this can be someone even saying, you know what, I need to innovate the next level of my work. I don't want to look back at what has been done and then build off of that. And it can be you within your own project, okay? You're like, damn, like, I feel like I'm scared to make any kind of move, like, to innovate. Like, I feel like the past is sort of, you know, it's been maybe, you know, subconsciously affecting the way that you would innovate in otherwise really creative space. So it's like, you're realizing maybe your role as a creator in every way, in many ways, we'll say. What is every? All right, but yeah, let's get a few more cards out. Any other notes here for whoever is still tuning in? Let's clear it around. Ooh, Six of Swords popped out. Yeah, so this is somebody. I'm hearing. Well, I'm sad to see you go. Like, I don't want to see you go, but it's like, but it's better. It's better for us. I'm hearing that for Six of Swords upright. Maybe it's even a contract. Somebody had to like write someone out of a contract. It's like, you're gonna have to do it on your own. I'm hearing that. Like, someone was like paddling for this person, like on their canoe. Like, it's like all the way upstream. It's like, you gotta, like, you have to do it on your own now. Like, the World in reverse. Seven of Wands upright. I'm hearing pine tree, cone, pine creek. I'm hearing creek. Dally. I'm hearing dally. Okay, anyways, let's go back to Mother Wands, right? Someone is, maybe they're even, ooh, very interesting. They're communicating this maybe even on an astral plane. I'm seeing 222 likes right there. Yeah, this is someone who had to maybe correct something on the astral plane. They had to come through and say, well, this is where the boundary now sits, because maybe it was even a test. I will go so far as to say that, Fool in reverse. or maybe this is even a spirit guide getting involved in some way, like, and when is it really, you know, it's like, I'm ready to now engage this, the interaction that's happening on the astral plane here. High Priestess of Bright, absolutely. Like, this is all karmic, I'm hearing that as well. Like, it had to get to this point, like, where we had to see how they would be willing to treat us. Like, should we give them that free reign? So I'm hearing, I made the decision to allow this to happen, and I will make the decision right here, right now, to refrain, to refrain from allowing it to happen again. Wow. And that's a direction that I look towards. It's all my perspective and my vision. So someone is realizing, like, they are the not only creator of the reality, but they're the perceiver of the reality and of what can be. So let's clear it. Yeah, nothing is really real. I'm hearing nothing can hold them back from that. I'm hearing that as well. It's a matter of what you choose to acknowledge. Mother Cups are right. So someone was also, like, really very, very empathic. They were feeling very porous to someone else's energy. It's like, I cannot take this on. He's feeling sad. I can't feel sad for him. I'm hearing that. I cannot take on, you know. And so it may, for a number of you, be a project that you're, I don't want to say you're abandoning, but, you know, it's like, if they cannot do, like, their work for them as well, like, why should I give it my time if they're not willing to give it their time? Let's clear the ground. It does come down to maturity. I'm seeing that as well with the Fool in Reverse, Emperor in Reverse, and, like, someone didn't want to see the dream for this person. It's like, bro, you have to dream it for yourself. Like, I cannot be the one to, like, you know, like, dream your dream for you and then, like, wake you up from it as well. It's like, when you need to, it's like, you know, I'm not going to be doing all that. Let's clear it. I'm hearing, but I'm in love with you. It's like, but no, but, like, again, you guys, it's just this, either you guys are, maybe someone's in a relationship with someone who's they've never been, like, in love, and, like, from the vantage point of, like, being in a hardcore relationship where it's like, what does it really mean to love someone? And, like, I'm talking emotionally here, being vulnerable with the Fool in Reverse, where you put your ego on the line, and yeah, you put yourself on the line. You have to really know who you are, though, in the deeper sense, to be able to feel comfortable doing that. Otherwise, you will just be straggling and hanging on to the ego for whatever it's worth throughout the entirety of the relationship. And how can that relationship really go anywhere? In a healthy way, in a fun way even, right? Relationships aren't fun when you're in fear the whole time. Let's clear it. And someone else was feeling that person's fear, and that was the part. Maybe someone was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing gossip even with the Fool in Reverse. It was just, like, at a point, like, they're not resonant with this. So just, I'm hearing the whole top hat conversation. Oh my, High Priestess upright, like Willy Wonka. Listen, this was coming through in a few readings now. Death card upright. Yeah, this was coming through in readings. Four of Cups in Reverse, Death card upright, the Temperance card upright. So someone knew that eventually it would reach this point, though. So it's just a matter of time, possibly. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Light to you. I'll see you guys in the next readings. Any other notes really quickly before we tune it out? Yeah, again, with the Fool in Reverse, like, this is just somebody also who, you know, they are maybe trying to develop a connection here, but they're also just really scared, or they're timid, and maybe this person's trying to, like, push them along, like, but by giving them these really sort of big steps to take. And maybe this person's even like, why are you being so mean to me? It's like, well, because, like, you need to be brave. I'm hearing that. Like, I'm seeing the High Priestess coaching the Fool in Reverse. It's like the Mother of Cups as well, with the Chariot mirroring the High Priestess. Like, they're coaching this Fool. Like, you gotta be the Fool. Like, seriously. I'm hearing, now follow along. I'm hearing that. It's like, how do we have the High Priestess telling the Fool how to be a fool? It's interesting with the Mother of Cups. It's like, it's clear, no judgment, but I'm hearing, okay, fine, I'll do it on Saturday. Maybe they're just, like, putting it off. Like, this is, again, someone who's very smart. They're very smart. I want to reiterate this. They know how to, like, save all the candy. I'm hearing pack it in the corner of their cheek. I'm hearing that as well. I'm hearing and make mommy change their mind about that. It's like, what? Okay, it's something like that, you guys. They're very, 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 I'm hearing, ooh, sneaky derivatives. I'm hearing that. I don't know. They're kind of sly. Like, I don't know. Like, they hoodwink people. I'm hearing that. Seven of Swords in Reverse. Sun upright. It's like, they know, they give off this very, like, this very smart air, okay? There's this air about them that's just, like, reeks of intellect. And then it, like, makes people feel like, oh, so they're really smart. It's like, maybe they intimidate them, but this is, like, a kid, you guys. I'm seeing it as a kid who's, like, really smart. A little bullying. I'm hearing that as well, the Fool in Reverse. And maybe someone had to come through. I'm hearing mark your territory. Let's clear it. Mother of Cups, marrying the Fool. It's like this person had to come through. Like Sean, I'm sorry. I'm hearing Swayze doesn't even act like that. It's like this is not romantic. They had to make it so obvious to this person that they're not attracted to this behavior in a serious way within the context of the connection. Like if you really, I'm seeing someone's looking at somebody. They're like, do you really want the relationship to progress to the next level? We can't be doing this. Let's clear it. Like I'm not going to be the fool for you. But the irony is that they see the Fool position in upright as something that is demasculating. I'm hearing that with the Fool upright. What's funny is that this card can be associated with even bisexuality. Some say. It's interesting. It's like, what does the Fool mean? To just embark upon and be like, what happens, happens. That's a placement of power, we'll say as well. Frick? You're going to start the whole cycle? You're going to be the freaking Fool? You're going to go on a whole journey to create your world? Wow. Okay, you can be the icon, or you can be like, no, I'd rather be in the igloo, frozen in time. I will do it one day. It's like, let's clear. Like, someone's trying to get someone out of that. Let's clear it. I'm hearing out of that inception moment, even in their head. It's like, this is not how we do love. I'm hearing that. And it had to make it so even hurtful to this person. Like, I'm seeing someone had a full cup of juice. They, like, turned it right over. I'm hearing juice. Like someone had like berry juice. I don't know what. They like took the whole cup and they just emptied it. This person was like, ah! It's like, yeah, I'm hearing that. Like, I'm hearing if you yell at her one more time like that, maybe for a number of you, this is, well, maybe it's on the spirit guides, but for a number of you, like, yeah, it's like a smart aleck energy with the Fool in reverse. But for a number of you, this is something that is a corrective energy coming forth by way of the universe, and the universe is coming in as a karmic, yeah. We have to set him up. This is like, it just, yeah, because this is not appropriate. Like, he thinks he's just like winning the whole day. I'm hearing like that. Like, no, baby, night has to come. Yeah, no, let's clear. It's like, I'm seeing, it's so weird, you guys. I'm seeing someone traveling through the world. They pass through different time zones. They never reach night. What? And like someone has to come through and be like, maybe there's something going on here. Maybe it's even there's something going on. Tribe. I'm hearing I'm hearing pollution. I'm hearing that new age, newer. Let's clear newer. Maybe they're even like selling. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever it is. Let's clear it. It wasn't accurate, or it's something that is like promised but not delivered. Even I'm hearing that. I keep putting it off. But for a number of you, let's clear it. I'm hearing they're really fine. I don't know, like maybe they're really good looking and like they kind of use this to their benefit. It's like, well, what is benefit at the end of the day when it's not really, it's not getting you where you really want to go. And maybe someone's just trying to like make that clear to this person. Now, for a number of you, I'm trying to show you the right way home, like to real grandma's house, Goldilocks, like, I don't want you to be hanging out with, like, the wolf. Like, how else can I make this all clear to you? Like, I'm trying to help you. I'm hearing that. They're, like, teasing them. They're like, but are you grandma? It's like, I don't know. It's like, bro, that's not the point. Like, they're challenging them. This is someone who will challenge authority. They'll be like, oh, so you say you know what's right. So how do you know? It's like, let's clear it. I'm hearing filter. Okay, now with the moon in reverse, 2 of Cups leading you out. Timeline, I'm hearing that with the Fool in reverse. Somebody was waiting for the appropriate time maybe to call this out. 6 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Wands in reverse. Feeding, something with finances, with resources. Someone was adding something up and it like wasn't adding up. It like wasn't making sense. It's like, no, but he put like, I'm seeing someone keeps dipping their paw even into a bowl. I don't know what that's alluding to. Like, maybe there's just something someone is collaborating on in a project. And they're just not doing what they're saying they'll do. But I do, again, you guys, feel that it's a matter of maturity in a big way. Like, for this person, like, they don't realize that they want, actually, to be vulnerable. I'm hearing this is for a number of you. Yeah, it's weird. Because I'm seeing the Fool in reverse being like, they feel, it's the illusion of feeling more powerful in reverse. It's like, I don't need to, like, be upright. It's fine. I don't need to start the journey. It's like, this person's just, it's like, I don't know. But then they're challenging the person who's trying to help them. And, like, you know, they're like, but, you know, how, I don't know, you guys. It's an ego thing, you know? Fool in reverse. It's like, I don't want you to be the one to tell me, like, what I do and then how it works out. It's like, let's clear it. Like, I don't want to feel successful just because you told me to do that. Let's clear it. It's like, well, that is inherently in the mantra of the Fool as well. It's like, I gotta be, like, you know, totally, like, non-religious in this space, in a certain space, in a way. I can't be, like, coming in with any kind of mindset. So maybe that's part of the process. It's like, I have to feel totally like I'm open for this experience and this opportunity. And maybe, you know, there's so many factors, but at a certain point somebody just realizes, like, I can't figure it out. Like, even what it is, what's going on with him. I'm hearing that, like, specifically. Or them. Right? So, and maybe at a certain point as well, right before I tune it out, someone possibly here with the High Priest upright felt like, you know, they really tried. They tried to figure it out, but then it started to kind of, like, it was draining for them. Like, this is getting, like, annoying for me. I'm hearing that. Like, I feel like I can't also give to my projects. I'm hearing that. So maybe it comes down to a point of balance here. You guys, thank you for tuning in with light to you. I'll see you guys in the next readings, and thank you for tuning in here to you. Bye.